So this trend of unpopular opinions on Twitter has been pretty interesting to say the least. It's really shown some opinions that are baffling as to how many people agree with them. And I kind of want to do a YouTube version of it, as today I will go over 3 of my own unpopular NBA opinions. These are takes that I wholeheartedly believe in, and I didn't make just for this video, but at the same time I want to make sure that they are actually unpopular. But let's cut the bullshit and I'm gonna keep it a buck. Without further ado, here's my first unpopular NBA opinion. Steph Curry should have been Finals MVP. Yes, I believe that Stephen Curry should have been the Finals MVP of last year's NBA Finals. A lot of people talk about how he got robbed in 2015 by Iguodala, which I actually believe was well deserved. But I feel like people are already forgetting exactly how good Steph was in the 2018 NBA Finals. When you look at the series stats, it does seem pretty simple as to why KD won Finals MVP, and honestly, despite me thinking it should have went to Steph, I have no problem with KD getting the award. In the series, he averaged more points, rebounds, assists, blocks, on 13% better from the field, while pretty much matching Steph's 42% from deep and 100% from the line. But to me, I feel like it was clear at the time that the best player in 3 of those 4 games was Steph Curry, and that to me is why I feel like he should have won the Finals MVP. In game 1 of the series, he dropped 29 points, 9 assists and 6 rebounds on 47, 46, 100 splits, compared to KD's 26 points, 6 assists and 9 rebounds on 36, 14 and 90 splits. Now in game 2, KD was an absolute beast, putting up 26, 7 and 6 on 71% from the field, 67% from 3 and 100% from the line. But if you really watched that game, it was again a majority consensus that Steph was the best player that night, as Steph put up 33 points, 8 assists and 7 rebounds on yes only 42% shooting from the field, but 53% from 3 in a night where he hit 9 threes, an NBA Finals record, and also shot 100% from the line. But aside from the sheer number of threes he hit, it was also the timeliness of the shots. You see, in the third quarter, it was actually a pretty close game, being a 5 to 7 point margin for a majority of the quarter, with a 10-point lead by the end of it. But what really sealed that game was Steph Curry's performance in the fourth, as after closing the lead to 7, Steph would score 13 out of the Warriors' next 19 points to help the Warriors really make an insurmountable lead as they pulled through with the dub. Now Game 3 really is what hurt Steph the most in this series, as in this game, KD was hands down not only the best player on the team, but the best player on the planet. He dropped 43 points, 7 assists and 13 rebounds on 65% shooting from the field, 67% from 3, and 100% from the line, and hitting the dagger of the season. Meanwhile, Curry, at the same time, was having one of his worst games of his career, only putting up 11 points on 19% shooting from the field, 10% from the 3, and he did shoot 100% from the line. Now Game 4 was pretty much a throwaway game as the Warriors dominated from front to finish, and Steph put up 37 points, 4 assists and 6 rebounds, 3 steals and 3 blocks on 44, 47, 100 splits, while KD dropped a 20-point triple-double on 41, 0, 100 splits. So, was Game 3 a big game, and is there a difference between having a 3-0 lead and a 2-1 lead with Game 4 on your home court? Absolutely. And was Kevin Durant the best player of that night? Absolutely. But let's keep it a buck. The Warriors simply were gonna win that series one way or another. What happened was KD was still putting up good numbers in terms of counting stats in games 1, 2, and 4, even though he wasn't really the best player on the team. Game 2 really raised his efficiency by a lot despite him not being the best player, and then he exploded in Game 4 while Steph had one of the worst performances in his career. But like I said, I have no problem with KD getting the award. I just personally believe it should have went to Steph Curry. Devin Booker is overrated. Damn, I'm about to get a lot of heat for this one, especially after Devin Booker just dropped back-to-back 50-point games. And honestly, I wasn't even thinking of that when I was writing the script for this video, but yes, I do believe that in general, Devin Booker is an overrated player. Not one of the most overrated, but an overrated player nonetheless. I just feel like he's just not as good as most people think he is. Now let me repeat that. I do believe he's a good player with still amazing potential. But as of right now, I just don't think he's as good as most people make him out to be. I just think for a guy who gets as much praise as he does, for his statistical achievements and great skill, he has to find a way to translate his numbers to wins. This is a guy who a lot of people consider better than guys like Donovan Mitchell, CJ McCollum, DeMar DeRozan, primarily because of his numbers. But I just can't ignore the fact that these guys have been crucial part to playoff teams. If not, in some cases, led those playoff teams in terms of Donovan Mitchell and DeMar DeRozan into deep playoff rounds. While at the same time, D-Book has been struggling and leading the Suns to even just 20 wins. Now, yes, I agree that out of the group, Devin Booker has the worst team by far. But again, considering the height that he's getting, I just feel like he should be able to at least lead them to 28 to 30 wins. For a player of his praise, his team shouldn't be having one of the league's worst records year in and year out. Again, I would like to reiterate that I understand the context as to why he hasn't led the Suns to more success than his main competitors. But even at that, I still feel like he's underachieving a little bit. Again, it's an unpopular opinion for a reason, but that's just me. I still think he has a great future. I just don't think he's as good as most people make him out to be right now. Kevin Durant is going to the Brooklyn Nets. I'm coming in hot. Yes, I believe Kevin Durant will go to the Brooklyn Nets. While mostly everyone is set on KD either going to the Knicks with Kyrie and teaming up there or staying with Golden State, I honestly do think people are underestimating how much of a threat the Nets are in terms of the KD race. For me, the deciding factor for thinking this is simply the environment of the Brooklyn Nets. If there's one thing that's been consistent with KD's statements over the past couple of years since he signed with Golden State, it's been his emphasis on the environment of a team. When asked about Golden State, what did he say? He loved the enjoyment and the camaraderie in Golden State, aka he loved the environment. Why were the Celtics big players in the 2016 KD race? Because he was really attracted to the environment they've built and was considering joining that environment.
Boston is one of the best cities in the league, and I really respect how they approach the game, how they play the game. So that was it.
What was KD's comments about LeBron and his Lakers this year? He thinks it's a toxic environment, and I really do think the culture that the Brooklyn Nets are building will be a major attraction for Kevin Durant. The Nets have built a culture around grinding and proving doubters wrong, whether it be people thinking they'd be trash forever because of the 2013 Celtics heist, or people doubting D'Lo, Spencer Dinwiddie's come up. They are all about proving people wrong. It's honestly really similar to the Celtics pitch in 2016. And in Brooklyn, you're still in a really big market, and while delivering a championship in Brooklyn is not going to be as impressive as bringing one to the New York Knicks, it would still be quite a feat to win a championship for the city of Brooklyn, especially in this growingly difficult Eastern Conference. But even if it's not the best in terms of winning a championship, let's just think about it. If you insert Kevin Durant into the Brooklyn Nets roster in combination with improvements from D'Lo, why couldn't they be a legitimate contender in the Eastern Conference? However, you might be asking, what about just staying in Golden State in an environment that he already likes and rack up more championships on top of it? I can see that as well. What about the Clippers, who also have a lot of the attractions that the Nets have, on top of the fact that it's also in LA? I honestly see them being near the top of KD's destinations as well. I just feel like when push comes to shove, KD is ready for a new challenge in his career, which means leaving, and I think Brooklyn will be real big players in the market and will end up taking home Kevin Durant. Alright, but with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed these videos. Here are just 3 of some of my unpopular NBA opinions that I feel like will ruffle some of y'all feathers. Let me know in the comment section of 3 of your unpopular NBA opinions what you think of my unpopular NBA opinions, because I know a lot of y'all will disagree with them, but hey, they're mine. If you like the video, leave a like on the video like I said in the beginning of the video, because this is pretty much like 3 videos into one. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I try to upload twice a week. However, with college, you know, I can be inconsistent with it. But trust me, once summer rolls around and once I get that single bedroom next year, it's a wrap. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Y'all know what to do. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.